Welcome back, dear student. In this video, we are going to conclude our comparison between JavaScript and Solidity, which will be another about 6 or with some bonuses point of the differences between them part 3. So we have done part 1, part 2, part 3, and then we have done similarities as well. So there are some things I just want to show to recap some things you have learned when we are learning intro to Remix. So remember, if I want to make this, what will I do? I will right click, I want to copy, I copy it, then I click on it again and paste. Then this creates a copy which I can then rename. So over here I want to rename it as JavaScript versus Solidity. So maybe the difference or whatever, then enter there. The reason why I'm doing that is that we seem to have messed up this this particular one, and we may want to use it when we continue our video also. So we just need to follow this error, and like I don't even need anything here. We need to clean it up. Remember, we are inside here, so we clean it up, and you can see that everything is compiling because every other thing we put inside are just comments, so you can easily just get rid of that away. I think, do we really need them? We don't. Up to here, get rid of this, then get rid of this. Boom, we have our normal Solidity well compiled. So let's go back to here. We know that this is just for error and show things and how. So you can see what I did there. So now we are back to 3. Let's run this on now, and that will be the concluding part. If you want to learn about JavaScript, you can go learn it out. There are courses out there, but if I see more support on the platform, then we can also consider JavaScript for Web3 programmer, and that will surely help. We go in depth on all those things. So number 13, JavaScript for Solidity on 6 differences part 3. Number 13, JavaScript is not a money handling language by default, while Solidity is. So that's why in Web 2, you hardly hear a program add issue and then people lose money just like that. What you usually hear in Web 2 is data breach or whatever. You get things like that because most of this JavaScript just, you have to integrate payment gateway separately. But Solidity deal with money straight. So that means for every smart contract by default, you can code money, it can undo money, it can give money, it can divide money, it can pay money. You hear what I'm saying? So if you want to build your smart contract and maybe get payment for it, you don't need to go and integrate payment gateway like PayPal, Stripe, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So which means any little mistake in your smart contract can lead to loss of millions, billions, or even trillions, depending on when you'll be watching. Maybe we are in 100 trillion market cap in crypto, then a project can easily lose $1 trillion because any little bug in the smart contract, like we have seen back in 2017-18 in terms of ICO, when there were bugs in some smart contract and things got frozen up, and about 250 million or so was lost. In that hack, there was about 70 million. In fact, in few days ago, there was a bug. Just a smart contract developer forgot to put equal to, and that led to a bug that hacker took advantage of, and then almost about 50 trillion and something million or so was at risk, and eventually just about 9 million or 10 million was lost. You get things like that. So that's why you have to be careful what you are dealing with. if you used to be somebody that don't pay attention, you know, things doesn't matter to you, you are not best to program in Solidity. You had better just go and stay, if you have been programming before, in those normal Web 2, because if you get into Solidity, I'm telling you, you may a client gets you hired as a professional, and then you do silly mistake, and then hundreds of millions of their money or their client money get frozen or get stolen. You know that you are gone in that job. So you get what I'm saying. So this you need to, is very, very important. You need to keep it in mind. JavaScript variable storage memory location is default to the JavaScript engine. We have explained that JavaScript engine. So, but JavaScript storage memory is default. Like you see this now is stored straight to the memory. But when you look at this function, we have to put memory. So in JavaScript, there are like different type of, in Solidity of memory. We still learn them on that something. So keep that in mind. JavaScript access default engine memory in line with the JavaScript scope. We have discussed about some scope, like the scope here is like global, and then there's another scope for your variable. We have discussed it in previous video. You can watch it again. So JavaScript can easily just declare the scope here, but in Solidity, all those things, so you have to be very careful. Like I said, that's why I took the time to help you, so that if you are coming from the other languages like JavaScript and so, you have to be careful that this is a different animal entirely, or else you play with money, and any little mistake with Solidity, with smart contracts, is loss of money. This is not just data breach. This is pure raw money going down the drain. So you don't want to be, you know, even if it will happen, it will be like, yeah, this is a serious one, but not doing silly mistakes because of your negligence. You get what I'm saying? So if you are not someone that pay attention to little details, then programming is not even for you. But maybe you have been managing in the other programming language, don't bother in Solidity, because any little oversight you do may cost millions of losses in USD and things like that, and billions. So there have been arc of 400 and something million dollars. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't want to be the one that will code such smart contract. It doesn't mean it can't happen. It can happen even to smart contract that will code. But when it happens, it should be, yeah, everyone that check it is like, wow. But not, you know, silly mistakes because you were not observant. So that's what I'm trying to say. So JavaScript does not require variable data type like string to specify storage memory location. Like we have said it now, that you have to specify for string. But over here now, if I come back here, if I say this one should return uint, I still used to write memory instead of uint as well. You see, it says what? Short, but memory was given. So we don't need memory here. And there will be error here. Why? Because it has to match what we are returning. So here is uint, which is number. So we need to return number here. Let's put this to 1. This is it. Let's see why. Oh, sorry, you see it now. It shouldn't have. It still see it as a string. So no code for number. Remember that rule. So that's the advantage you get in Solidity. JavaScript will not give you that. So you see it now. So if we go back now, we can deploy this smart contracts. Deploy. Remember this one we deployed there. Then this is another one here. If we click it hello world, it generates one. That's the one we have here. Do you see things like that? So that's why Solidity, you need to really pay attention to what you are doing. I think we will return this so that in case of uint memory error, then this will have to return back to string to remove it. The error. So that's it. That's done. Yeah. So if we deploy it now, that's the third smart contract one. Then the second one, we deploy it now. The third one, we get back our hello world. So now back to the JavaScript. That's it. Then number 16, that does not require variable data type like string to specify storage memory location. So I've done example like here now. If you run through this code, for example, you see var a equals to 1, var b equals to 1 string, var c, then var d, a plus d. So function add return b, so just return this b. You get things like that. But here, if you want to return that b, you have to add memory like I've done up there before you can be able to return. If you want to refer to that variable here, you may need to also include memory. You get things like that. So you get to learn all those over. You can just run through this. Now 17, JavaScript header does not require to specify the data type to be returned by the function. So I've previously written a function for you. So in JavaScript, where we say in JavaScript your function, so this one will be solidity function, and if you are to write JavaScript function, which you should have idea from JavaScript function. Can you pause the video and try it? Cool for you. If you get it, if not, let's move on. So you have just function, the argument name, hello world, the function name, sorry, hello world, then the argument you want to pass in, then your code block. That's all. You get, so you can't compare it with this, with all these extra things. That's what that part is trying to compare. That's another difference between them. So, and here JavaScript can't be executed directly in blockchain, while Solidity is default programming language for creating smart contracts in the blockchain. So like I said, as of today you can't. So maybe in the future you can. So that's one straight in browser and maybe Node.js, but here in blockchain you can't straight. So bonus, JavaScript function call limitation is not specified in the function header, but it must be in Solidity. Like we have it here, you can see you have to specify, is it pure, is it view, you get things like that. So is it public, is it private, all those things we still learn about it later. Then 20, JavaScript has variable data type value like undefined and null. Undefined null variable is not accepted in Solidity. So JavaScript array are denoted in the variable value. Solidity array is denoted right in front of the variable type before variable name is. So for example, JavaScript can say var number equals to, you get, in array, but in Solidity the array will be, declared like this. Can I give that code for you to see it clearly out of here? I think that's the last part before we end the video. So if we talk about Solidity array, you have to write it something like this, int, then you have this as the array, then a equals to 1, 2, 3. Get what I'm saying now? So that's how you can write your array. But in JavaScript array, you pull it at something like this. Just your normal a equals to, then the moment you put this, JavaScript engine can interpret it as an array. That's it. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So each language is, but at least you can see it now has some clear differences in there. So, and here you can, all these things you learn it more. So henceforth, we are no more discussing on JavaScript. We are fully back to our solidity, because this is what the course is about. But when you know the differences, it helps you, especially when you are coming from JavaScript, so you don't misplace them together. So that's it for this video, and I think I have an exercise for you before you. Now you have an exercise. Mention 5 differences and similarities between solidity. We have a forum for similarities and forum for differences. So each link will be included in where you can see it below the video or the next lesson after this. So just click on exercise. You'll be able to see it. So take time, do all these things. We have covered more than 20 in these differences. So you have a lot. Discuss it in your own language, not just copy paste. And those things should have helped you to avoid error, trying to confuse your prior knowledge of JavaScript to solidity or something like that. So that's it. And it's time, try to review this video course. Let's know, does it match to paid course out there, or just a rubbish in terms of, because it's free, it's not rubbish, or it match up or even beat a lot of other courses that are even paid courses out there. Let me know. This will help us to know where to improve. So that's it. You can also take some of our feedback, and let's know also in the forum. You know, we have a general forum for this course. Let's know how we are doing, and that's it. Keep the programming spirit and alive. I remain Solomon Foske of Programming FAQ. We'll move off from JavaScript entirely and go straight. Every other video will be just solidity. So I think we've tried enough with all this. So that's it. Bye for now.